So let's go take a look at this. And basically what we're going to do on this video today is we're going to cover the unraveling here, the unwrapping of the air layer that we did about 3 months ago. And with this video, what we'll do is we'll demonstrate what this looks like. We'll explain a little bit what we did, but we encourage you, before you watch this entire video, is watch the video number 1. That's very detailed. It goes into exactly how we got to this point. All right, so here you go. This is the mark coat or air layer, and what we have done now is have the aluminum foil unwrapped here. All right, so this is what we've got. We've got a pretty good looking air layer. Now, I would probably like to see a little bit more roots on it, but it's not terrible. It's pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy now, and we're going to go ahead. I'm going to cut it down here, and then I'm going to show you how we plant it. Okay, so we went ahead and we pruned it right here. It's important that when you cut, that you cut at a 45-degree angle, and you cut just above the edge right there, just slightly on the edge of what they call the crotch. Okay, right here. You don't want to leave any additional wood exposed, because it'll rot away, and then ultimately you're going to get a hole in here, and most times you'll end up with disease, and a lot of times with actually ants or something. It'll colonize, move in here, and then you're going to have a real mess. Your tree will get kind of really messed up really bad, and otherwise, you know, you have a pretty good looking container grown. This is a sweetheart lychee. So you have a real nice sweetheart lychee growing in a container. So now down over here, I have the kind of a little container that I like to use. Once I've taken the air layer out, I like to put it in some water right away. And this is what it looks like. Okay, there's your roots. And the next step is to get this ready to start growing in a container and have another sweetheart lychee tree. All right. So I have a couple things to point out to you guys. All right, and we have a choice here. We can decide to go with a container that would be like a 1-gallon container, which would be that one, or we could go with this guy here, which is a 3-gallon container. Typically, you would go with a 3-gallon or a 1-gallon. A lot of times, a 1-gallon makes a little bit more sense, because you don't want this thing to get way too wet during the rainy season, and you want it to root. You want basically that root ball to continue to develop nicely. And oftentimes, you can go right to the 1-gallon to get the ball rolling. But sometimes you can go ahead, if you have a larger root ball or a taller tree, you can go with a 3-gallon. But this one's probably adequate just for something like this here, like this. And you can see the size of the tree. And also, please notice that it's actually planted much deeper in the pot than traditionally, you know, because the soil is going to come up way above that root ball. So here I've basically planted it now, and I have removed quite a bit of leaves. I think you'll be able to see what I mean. If you look down here, you'll see that branch right here. Just a couple of leaves on the end. And then same thing over here. I left a couple of leaves on the end over here. Now, the reason that I do that is because this plant is going to need to kind of recover from being severed from the mother plant. And it's on its own roots now, which is good. But I don't want to let it get to the point where if the weather turns around and it dries up, and by the way, it's been raining for 2.5 weeks, and today is our first break, and that's why I'm out here doing this video. So this will be moved to, I wouldn't say a deep dark place in the yard, you know, but a bit shady, filtered light, keep it moist, and minimize the transpiration loss, which is, you know, water lost through the leaves, by doing this process. Okay, and the goal here is to have a tree that's going to be compact with nice branching at the bottom. And This took about 3 months to get to this point, and I want to be successful. And a lot of people fail at this point because of the fact that they remove the air layer maybe a little bit too early, or they remove the air layer and just put it out in full sun and maybe not give the plant enough water, and that can kill it. So this process seems to work very well. Most nurseries do it that way. They'll remove some of the leaves and they'll stick it in a spot that's filtered light and keep it moist. And in about 30 to 45 days, this guy should be doing great. Keep my fingers crossed. We'll come back. We'll do a video on it. And let me know, have you guys ever done an air layer, and how do you do it? What are some of your little secrets or techniques? Maybe you've done something unusual. Maybe you've air layered some kind of tree that someone told you couldn't be done and you proved them wrong. That would be cool. Tell me about that. And we'll just let that soak down for a little bit. Keep this guy right here in this corner with that crate. And in that crate we have a clay pot to keep that 1 gallon container nice and steady. Because when you have a container like this and you have a tree like this, what happens is, boom, sometimes they topple over. Alright, so we're all watered in. We have it placed right here in the corner. The tree is going to be doing great. We're going to go ahead and keep it there in that clay pot inside that crate, semi-shady location, and it's going to do great. We'll come back in about 45 days and check it out. Anyway, thanks for swinging by. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that thumbs up button. I really hope you liked the video. And if you do subscribe, please hit that little bell so you can get all the updates. Go out there and grow something, will you?